Hello guys, this is Usha Kiran and welcome to another YouTube video. So I keep straying away from the word review as I told you in the last video itself, and it holds true for this book also. So unlike last book, this is not much of a well-known book. It is Every Man, written by Philip Roth. So this book is written by a Jewish American writer who is considered to be one of the greatest Jewish writers in the 20th century, but this book is not his magnum opus. So this is not even in the top 5 to 6 books that he is well known for. The reason that I have selected this book is the starting of a tetralogy called the Nemesis tetralogy that he wrote at the later part of his life. By Philip Roth standards, this is quite a new book. It's released in 2006 and this is the beginning of the tetralogy of Nemesis. I am going to tell you right off the bat that this book is one of the most depressing books that anyone is ever likely going to read. For reference, this book starts in the graveyard and ends in the graveyard, and 99% of the time the topic is about death and disease. This book is a bit of a shorter read. It's just around 50 to 60,000 words. It will take you around 5 to 6 hours if you sit at a stretch and read in a very comfortable pace, but it feels much more than that because of the kind of tone that this book is written in. It feels heavy, it feels dragging you down. There is this feeling that comes to you that only happens very rarely when you read a book, that can't be replicated by watching a movie, that can't be replicated by any other audio visual experience, and that is the feeling of living a lifetime. So however fulfilling it might be or however depressing it might be, that feeling is one feeling that I find rarely in some exceptional books, and this one is one of them. There are many books that are cheerful, that show a positive vibe of life, but this is one book that doesn't shy away from telling you the depths and the kind of hardships that people face with disease and old age. It is a book of decay, it is a book of death, and it is not much far from the kind of depressing books that you find when American writers started writing against the American idea of the American dream. Theodore Dreiser's An American Dream or Arthur Miller's Death of a Salesman come to mind when you look at the overall plot of this book. This is about a Jewish person who has strewn with diseases and mistakes that ruin his entire life, and he is at the verge of his death. We go through the lifetime. This looks like a Bildungsroman, but it is the opposite of a Bildungsroman. Here we don't see a flower blooming, but we see a flower withering and finally dying. So why would I select a depressive book to do a review on or to recommend essentially to you guys? There are 3 aspects of this book that I think would compel you to give it a read. The first thing is that whenever I try to review a book or understand a work of literature, it helps me to corner it, relating it to some other arts of literature that are really close to it, so that you will have an understanding of what this is. When I try to draw parallels, the things that I find to be close to this book is, as I told you, it is like the Death of a Salesman but much more darker in theme, and this book is no fun at all. There is no trivial things, there is no funny happenings, there is no excitement, not in a bad sense, but there is no twist that you are waiting for. It's just depth, and the thing is that the novel opens up a part of you, makes you, I believe, I mean this might be an overarching statement, but I think that this novel sort of makes you in a pseudo way more mature. That is the first point. And the second point that I want to stress is that the language that is employed in this novel, you can pick up any page and the way that it is described is so sincere that I couldn't understand how this is written. Sometimes when you look at works of art and literature and you figure out some way that some writer is trying to make a fictional thing, but the sincerity of each and every word and sentence that is written in this novel makes me think that it is an autobiography, but it is not. And the third most important thing is that when you pick a book, what is your goal to be? Is it to be entertained? This book is not for you. Is it to learn from life? This book is not for you. But is it to gain experience of what life actually is? Is it to get a true account of life with cutting out all these pseudo self-help things that encourage you to live your life and expect the best, and to give a very honest, if not brutal, account of how dire a world can be, experience the lifetime of a man who does mistakes through his life and who faces the repercussions of the mistake. Yet the book is not about something that is warning you not to make the mistakes, but it takes the crux of making a mistake and all that synthesis that goes around that mistake and goes around ruining a life and lets you experience that. This book is a cry, the cry of a human that observes his life. So at the end of this book, I don't know what the author intended, but more than being scared of life in general, I felt like I knew something more about life. Maybe it's because the author is an old man, or maybe it's because of the lived in experience of the author of all these years of constructing characters so believably. The thing that makes me recommend is that sometimes there are certain books that make you different after you read it. That might be because of the strength in the ideals. Sometimes it's because of this, the complicatedness of those characters. But in this book, the very experience of reading this book is akin to experiencing a lifetime within a package. So that's what I think of this book, and this is not a book that I would recommend to anyone, but if you want a honest, hard-hitting book about I don't know who would want to read a book about disease and death, but if you want a really honest take on life as it is, let us say, if there is any book that makes you feel better about yourself in a way that is unconventional, I think this book is a good pick. So there's that. Next time I'll change the pace and read a cheerful book because I want to have a change. And thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day.